Rocking for the Hungry with Bob Marley on Ann Arbor's 1071. Hey, we have Larry Sanna here from Food Gatherers. Hi, Larry.
Hi, Kelly. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Great. Nice sunny day today.
Yeah, we're not exactly freezing.
We're close.
We're close, but
It's freezing for me.
it isn't really. It's better than it was the other day, so we're okay. We're close, but we're okay. Larry is the program evaluator for Food Gatherers. He researches strategies to alleviate hunger by increasing access to healthy food across Food Gatherers programs. Tell us about your role at Food Gatherers. It sounds like a big one.
Yeah, so it's a unique role. A lot of people probably don't know that Food Galleries even has a program evaluator. So I handle kind of the data activities, surveying our neighbors at pantries, keeping track of where people are being served, and a lot of other things related to data and making informed decisions for food gatherers.
Okay. Um, one thing I notice is there's a lot of roles that people don't know that are at food gatherers because there's just a lot of different people that have these jobs um, that I didn't know,
Yeah, sure.
like the evaluator. You're right. I didn't
Right.
know there was an evaluator over there.
Yeah, we have data and we use data to make decisions. We're not just guessing. We really want to know the information and what's happening out there in our pantries in order to make really strategic, informed decisions.
Right.
Right?
It's a well-oiled machine.
It definitely is.
What are the different reasons that someone might turn to a food pantry for help?
Well, it's probably as individual as the person. You could have a job loss or other things like that, but there are some common reasons. We know right now that inflation is skyrocketing, food prices are going up. We know that some of the government programs that were in place during the pandemic have ended. And so it's just like a perfect storm producing increased need for people at this time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and didn't they have extra programs like for is it the SNAP card or the Bridge card? They were giving extra money.
Exactly. And that ended at the end of February. And all of our pantries and meal programs have seen a real increased need since that time, anywhere between 20% to 60% or even more at some of our partner networks.
Right.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are living paycheck to paycheck. If they lose their job, it doesn't last very long.
Exactly, exactly. And with that increased need, just last year, we know that we served about 56,000 different people. And so that when I say different people, I mean unique people who visited at least one time. We're not counting multiple visits by that person. So, it's like a real increased need. And if we count family members being affected by that visit, as well as multiple visits, it's over 1 million service points during last year alone. So
Oh,
the need
wow.
is just massive. I mean, people might not be able to envision those big numbers, but everybody around here knows the big house, right? Michigan
Of
Stadium.
course.
So 56,000 people would fill the big house, 52% capacity. So that's huge. A lot of people were glued to their TV sets last weekend watching Michigan Ohio State, for example,
Yes,
go
sir.
blue, right? So you know what that number of people looks like, and 1 million people would fill out Michigan Stadium 9.5 times. So that gives you an idea
Oh
of
my
how many people
goodness.
our network of partners are being served. And so we have 140 different partners in schools, at senior housing sites, and we need to know like what's going on and making sure people are not falling through the cracks, and we're serving the people who need to be served.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
What do you know about the people that you are reaching?
So we try to strategically place our meal programs and pantries in locations where we know there's high need. For example, we know from Feeding America that there are certain areas within Washtenaw County that have high food insecurity, and we want to make sure that we have pantries in those places close by so people could access them conveniently.
Okay, and how many people do you think that food gatherers did serve last year?
Yeah, so like I said, unique people, it's about 56,000 people. And so that's across our whole network. And so it's not, food gatherers is like the hub of a wheel, right? We're in the middle, and our operations department and our drivers do the heavy lifting. They bring the food from our warehouse
Hmm.
out to the 140 or so uh, partner pantries and meal programs, and they distribute it out to the community. So it's just a huge number. And, as I said, the thing to realize now is that there's just been increasing need because of inflation. We all know we can go to the grocery store, and our grocery store budget and builds are just like really high for us. And so the cost of food has just gone up a lot. And Food Gatherers model has been to bring the food out to our network partners at no cost to them. But as people I know have mentioned before in some of these interviews, that it does come with a cost. So it costs food gatherers. This is why we rely on uh, our fundraisers like Rockin' for the Hungry and other things, and our generous community to help support what we do.
Well, Larry Sanna, the program evaluator at Food Gatherers, thank you for all that you do, and thank you for coming out today.
Okay, thanks for having me. It was great to be here.
And I did say coming out today. All right.
Okay,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Thank you again for all you do. All right, let's get back into the music. We are rolling through 107 minutes of tunes brought to you by Bank of Ann Arbor. Here's Brittany Howard's new one, What Now? On Ann Arbor's 1071. We are rocking for the hungry.